Okay, welcome everyone. We've got some really unsettling source material that you shared with us today.
Yeah, these are first-hand accounts, stories about some pretty eerie experiences inside cemeteries.
Exactly, and they come from different perspectives, right? We've got security guards, regular folks just exploring.
Right, people who stumbled into some very strange situations in these places, often at night.
So today, we're going to walk through these accounts you sent over. We'll pull out the really striking details.
Trying to get a feel for what makes these quiet places sometimes, well, not so quiet.
Okay, let's start with this first story. It's from a security guard, night shift, cemetery in what the source called a not-so-great part of the city.
Standard routine, mostly golf cart patrols, locking gates.
Yeah.
But there was a warning.
Yeah, apparently people had been seen stalking the place, which, already puts you on edge working alone there.
Absolutely, sets a tense mood from the start.
So one night, about 8:30, he's locking the main gate, sees 3 people across the road, just watching him.
That's unnerving.
He finishes up, keeps an eye out, but they eventually wander off. Okay, so maybe half an hour later, he's parked near the gate again.
And then...
here's this sharp sound, like echoing from deep inside the cemetery field.
Right, a sound that just doesn't belong there, especially at night. It grabs your attention.
Definitely. So he drives the cart in to check it out. Pitch dark. Spots 2 figures up ahead.
Just 2. Not the 3 from earlier.
No, just 2. And as he gets closer, they turn, but they don't run, which is kind of weird.
Okay.
He confronts them, place is closed, I'm calling the cops. And that's when he sees it. One guy's holding a shovel.
A shovel. And the source mentions they weren't near any specific gravesite.
Right. And he looks down, sees a spot where they were standing. It's clearly been freshly dug.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Then, suddenly, a voice yells, "Yell!" from behind the guard.
A third person.
Ambush.
Seems like it. The 2 figures bolt one way, the third runs the other way. He tries to follow one in the cart. Tires are slashed. Flat. Can't chase anyone. Wow, okay. So they planned this. It wasn't just digging.
He calls the police. The figures are long gone, but they find the half-dug hole.
And the explanation later? That's the really chilling part.
Yeah, near the fence, not far off, they find a body bag with a body inside.
The theory being a gang burial attempt.
That's what the source suggested. A desperate, maybe badly planned attempt to hide a body in the cemetery, thinking it's isolated. Creepy stuff.
Really is. Shows a whole different kind of danger there.
Yeah.
Okay, so the second story shifts gears a bit.
Yeah, this one's more mysterious. Another security guard, smaller cemetery, edge of town. Job's mostly boring, just watching camera feeds alone.
Total isolation, relying only on those cameras.
Right. And he admits, trying hard not to, but he nods off, gets woken up by this odd sound, like metal creaking.
And finds the door to his building open.
It's just cracked open. But here's the really unsettling part the source highlights.
What's that?
He checks the camera footage from before he woke up, before the door opened.
Yeah.
Nothing. No one approached the building on camera.
Okay, that's weird. Goosebumps territory.
Totally. So he's wide awake now, obviously unnerved. About 10 minutes later, sees movement on a distant camera.
What is it?
A man just walking slowly through the graves. Then, while the guard's on the phone calling 911, the guy just breaks into a full sprint.
Sprinting. Where?
Across the cemetery, popping up on different camera views, still running.
Just erratic, alarming behavior.
And then, the absolute creepiest moment, the guy runs right up to the camera outside the guard's building, stops, looks around, and stares directly into the lens.
Straight into the camera.
Yeah. And the guard hears this muffled voice from right outside saying something like, "Hello, can you help me?"
Asking for help. After sprinting around and staring into cameras?
Yeah.
That makes no sense.
None at all. Then the guy moves around to the back of the building where there are no cameras. Guard just hears some sounds, then footsteps running away fast.
And he's gone.
Police come, find clear footprints leading away or way out from the cemetery, then just stopping, vanishing.
So, bizarre behavior, impossible entry, direct stare, weird request for help. Just leave you with questions.
Completely unexplained. Okay, last one. This is maybe more relatable. High school kids.
Ah, the classic, let's sneak into the cemetery at night adventure.
Exactly. Sophomores, looking for a thrill, climb a wooden fence, easy enough, get that adrenaline rush, wandering around in the dark, dimly lit place.
Fun and games until
they see him, a figure standing by a gravestone way off in the distance.
Their first thought must be, uh-oh, groundskeeper, we're busted.
Pretty much. So they freeze. The man walks towards them, asks what they're doing there, tells them to follow him out.
Okay, so they figure, all right, let's just comply, get the lecture, get out.
Yeah, they start walking back with him towards the gate.
Yeah.
But then they pass under one of the lamps.
And they get a better look.
Yeah. And the source says they realize, under the light, his clothes are ragged. He doesn't look like a keeper at all. More like maybe homeless.
Okay, the dynamic just shifted. Big time.
And he must have sensed them hesitate or something, because he turns, and the source says his face looked crazy. He takes a step towards them, really angry, and yells, "Come here!"
Right, not being caught anymore. This is danger.
They panic, turn and run like hell back the way they came. He chases them.
The adrenaline kicks in again, but for real this time.
They scramble back over the fence, just barely making it, hear him stop on the other side, and then just punch the fence hard in frustration.
Wow. Terrifying.
Yeah. Their conclusion was he was probably homeless, maybe intended to rob them, or worse. A reminder that, dangers in isolated places aren't always ghosts. Sometimes it's very real people.
Absolutely. Frighteningly human dangers.
So wrapping this up, these accounts you shared, they really cover a spectrum, don't they?
Yeah, from outright criminal acts using the cemetery as cover.
To that deeply strange, almost surreal encounter with the man asking for help.
And then just a straight up dangerous situation with someone unstable, made way scarier by the setting.
So it makes you think, what did these stories tell you, listening right now, about what can happen in these places? Places most people only see in daylight.
Right. These accounts suggest that stillness can hide a lot. Crime, desperation, bizarre behavior. Maybe things we can't easily explain.
So considering these stories, does it change how you might view a quiet cemetery next time? Does that piece maybe hide? Well, more than we think.
Definitely something to ponder.
Thank you for sharing these really unsettling accounts with us. If you found these stories compelling, please do like, share, and subscribe to our channel, Horror Docs. We appreciate you exploring this with us.
Thanks for listening.